Alright, so, hey, expressions of my voice here with a type of video I've never really done before. So this, as you can tell by the title, is gonna be a video of my top favorite things from Ouran High School Host Club. This won't be in any particular order, aside from the very last thing that I list will be my number one favorite thing, and it's kind of important to me, so I do ask that if you can, please watch to the very end of the video. I would really appreciate that. This won't work like most top whatever videos, because, well, I plan on more or less just sticking to a category as I go along and talking a bit about things in that category. Like, for example, in this video, one of the first things I plan to talk about once I actually get into the video will be, things about the characters and their personalities and how they interact with each other that I like. Yeah. To give a little bit of backstory, this is the first anime I ever really watched and finished, so it's very special to me in that reason. And just, I really love it, so it's really important to me for so many reasons, the fact that it's the first anime I really watched and finished being one of them. This probably won't be very edited nicely, like it'll probably have very minimal editing because I'm a perfectionist when it comes to that, but I digress. Let's get into the video. So, things about the characters, their personalities, all that stuff, how they interact, what I like about that. All the characters are pretty diverse to me. Like, you have characters that are very flamboyant, to say the least. Like, Tamaki. Like, I mean, he's not the most flamboyant character in the world, but he's pretty flamboyant, if you ask me. But there are also characters who are calm, cool, and collected, like Kyoya. And characters like that can be friends. As seen in Ouran High School Host Club, they are best friends. But there are all sorts of other characters, too. There's characters who are, like, sweet and kind and cute, like Honey. And there are characters who are more mischievous, like the twins. And they're all different, but they all get along because they all like to do the host club thing. They like entertaining their guests, and they have fun with it. They love doing it, and I love that they love doing it. And the background characters and side characters are cool too, and I find them pretty memorable, which isn't something I can say with every anime I've seen. I remember most of the background and side characters in Ouran High School Host Club. I remember Konaka, the host hopper. I remember the red-haired girl from episode 1. I never liked her. I remember Eclair from the last episodes. I remember Tamaki's grandma. I remember Haruhi's dad. Haruhi's dad is amazing. I remember Nikazawa and his little sister. I remember all these characters. I remember so many that it's hard to list them all, because there are all so many good characters who aren't quote-unquote main characters. And just, they're really cool and amazing. And it's great and I love it. And I love how they interact with each other. It seems so human to me because they have conflicts, they argue, they have little fights. And they end up making up at the end of the day because they're friends and they want to stay friends. Because, I mean, if someone's a friend that you want to keep in your life, you will most likely end up rekindling and rebuilding after you have an argument or a fight. If that person is meant to stay in your life for longer than they have, then things will work out. That's just how it works, and that's so real to me. Because, I mean, just, God, it's so real and good, and I love it. Another thing I love is just the background and the the scenery to the anime. It's also pretty, and I love it. I love it. Like, I mean, just, like, the colors and the art in general is really pretty. Like, the flowers that you see, and just everything is so pretty in that anime. I'm probably repeating myself with just saying it's so pretty, because I don't really know what else to say, but it's so pretty. And I love the story. I love the story this anime has. I love the lessons it teaches in various episodes, because no 2 episodes are really the same. Sure, some of them are continuations of previous episodes, which I actually like continuations, because it's like, hey, this is a thing that happened, we're acknowledging it. We're not just showing it to you and then forgetting it ever happened. I love it, because there are a lot of shows and animes that actually do things where they, like, show something, and it has potential for a lot of, character development and stuff, but they never touch on it again later on. Whereas Ouran doesn't really do that too much. Like, I mean, there are a few episodes that I feel like they could have done more with and didn't, but what you gonna do? It's just, I love it so much. I love the series. I love the stories, because it teaches different things, and they give little side characters their own stories, really, honestly. It's not like, hey, this is a side character, you'll see them occasionally, but you're never gonna know anything about them. Which some shows do that, and I never really liked the whole, hey, here's a side character, you're never gonna learn about them, have fun! I never liked that sort of thing. So, I don't know, I just like that about Ouran. Well, I guess we're getting on to my last thing, really. Which, I love the gender sort of stuff that they explore in Ouran High School Host Club. They don't really do a lot of it because it's not really that type of anime, and that's just that. But they do explore a little bit. Because, for one thing, Haruhi. Haruhi is a character who, in canon, yes, she is female, but she obviously dresses like a man. She dresses very masculinely more often than not. But she also dresses femininely when she so chooses to, or when she kinda is put up to do it by the rest of the host club. But it's very obviously stated she doesn't like being super feminine. She likes being feminine to the extent that she likes. Occasionally, as we do often see her wearing like dresses and stuff in the series, but that's not really her style. She prefers to dress more masculinely, and that's amazing. Like, this anime actually kind of helped shape who I am today, because I used to be an extremely girly child, always wearing dresses and skirts. Unless it was cold out, then I did wear pants. But I didn't really start embracing how I love to wear more traditionally masculine clothes or pants until I got older, and really Ouran helped spark my love for the clothes I wear today. And I love how comfortable and set in their identities the other characters are, because the host club boys in one of the Zuka Club episodes, all save for Mori, dress in women's clothing. Like, obviously they kind of did an over-exaggerated drag sort of look, but they meant well. You can tell that they meant well, and they weren't trying to make fun of anybody. And I mean, Ranka Fujioka, Haruhi's dad, is an amazing example of a man who is comfortable as a man but enjoys dressing in drag. I mean, that's his thing. That's what he does. He dresses like a woman. He's feminine, but he's still like, yeah, I'm a man, I'm a dad, I take care of my kid. And I love that. And another thing I really love relating to the gender stuff is this headcanon people have. Obviously, I've stated, in canon, Haruhi is female, but that doesn't stop fandoms from coming up with their own headcanons, because you're never gonna stop it. Even when something is canon, people will still come up with headcanons that are contrary to that. A lot of people in the fandom have headcanoned Haruhi as non-binary. I've seen a lot of demigirl, or one of the things I see a lot, or have seen a lot, has been agender. And honestly, I think that's really cool, and I like to see that, because as someone who identifies a lot with Haruhi and kind of looks up a lot to her as someone who's shaped my personality and helped me become who I am today, I like seeing the kind of headcanons where she's non-binary and specifically agender, because I mean, that's me. I'm non-binary. I'm agender. I honestly don't really like to put a label on it, but since people will understand better if I do put a label on it, I say agender or non-binary to give a label for those who will understand better if there is a label. Yeah, so I love seeing headcanons that Haruhi is non-binary, especially agender, because that's me, and it's so nice to see that people think, hey, this character could be this, especially when that's a character you really identify with, and say, hey, this character is a lot like me, and you've ended up shaping yourself a lot like that character. So, yeah, that's the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Catch y'all on the flip side.